walking through the valley of disappointment. Now, there's one thing you will never find on a sales letter, you'll never find it in a writing book, you will never find it on an Instagram quote, you'll never find it mentioned in a Facebook group or anything else, is the valley of disappointment. Now, I don't know where I heard that term. I don't know if it had come from a podcast or a book or where it had come, so I can't actually give credit to the person who said it. But yes, you will discover that from where you are starting, your A point to your B point, there's a valley of disappointment in the middle of those 2 points. And what I mean by a valley of disappointment, there will be days when you will be doing work and you will have no readers. There'll be days when you will be unmotivated, uninspired, doubt yourself, think you're going in the wrong direction, put content out there that nobody listens to, that nobody watches, that nobody likes, tweets or shares, and you will find that sometimes a lot of people drop out and kind of get lost in that valley. They give up walking, sometimes they turn around and just sit down and just don't go any further, and their dream just dies in that spot. It's almost like, if you've ever seen those Western movies where maybe somebody has lost a horse or something like that, or get dropped off in the middle of nowhere, but they are walking through this desert. They have the huge valley side mountains on either side of them, so they're kind of walking through this valley, and there usually is, there's dry dust everywhere, there probably is vultures circling overhead, but it's just a desperate time. And you probably see the character doubt themselves and say, well, I'm never going to get out of this desert, there's no water. They may come to a point where they're seeing mirages, they may be having conversations with imaginary people that aren't even with them, but they are totally lost. And for the longest time they'll be wandering around, not knowing which way to go, doubting themselves. Should they turn back? Should they go forward? Should they go this way? Should they go that way? And you and me are like that person when we are trying to get to our goal. We are going to be wandering around that valley of disappointment. And for a lot of people, that valley of disappointment is one that they never ever get out of. They never get the readers, so they give up writing. They never get the viewers, so they stop making the YouTube videos. They never get the listeners, so they stop making podcasts. And that is something that you need to be well aware of. When you are aware that you're going to go through a valley of disappointment, it does kind of toughen you up. It does kind of make you aware that yes, there will be days when you will be walking along doing your work and it won't be noticed by anybody, but it's something that you need to keep doing. You need to keep walking, you need to keep putting one foot in front of the other. From where you are, from maybe point A to point B, point B could seem like a huge thing, and sometimes if you actually keep looking at point B from where you are, it does make you want to give up because it's too far away. You're never ever going to get there, and if you're walking through the valley of disappointment, it makes it even worse. So what you need to do is you need to be aware that there's going to be lean times ahead. There's going to be times when nobody's going to be paying you any attention. There's going to be times when nobody is buying your books. There's going to be times when nobody is going to join your email list. But it's up to you to keep taking one step after the other. In some cases, it's better just to focus on your feet. It's better to focus on the daily task you need to do. So whether that's writing your 1,000 words today, whether that is making 2 videos every day, or whether that is maybe writing 1 blog post a day, but focus on the daily actions you need to do. Break it down to the smallest thing you can do every day and repeat that action over and over again. Focus on your feet rather than looking off to the destination, and you will find that if you just focus on your feet, you will look up one day and you will suddenly realize that you're at point B and that you've got there. And for the longest time you were probably going through that valley of disappointment where nobody was paying you any attention, but when you get to point B, look around, all of a sudden the readers are there, the podcast listeners are there, the viewers are there, the people are on your email list, and suddenly you have become a best-selling author or whatever it is that you're looking to do. But you need to be aware that from point A to point B, you are going to have to walk through that valley of disappointment. And as I said, sometimes it does make a lot of people drop out because they don't see like they're going anywhere. They're wandering around in that desert, haven't a clue where they're going, doubting themselves, having imaginary conversations with that other part of that mind that is telling them to give up, not to keep going, and that it's a total waste of time. So as I said, I don't know where I had learned that term from, but I'm glad I did learn of it because it is one thing that's kept me going, and I hope it keeps you going too, is to be aware that there's going to be rough times ahead. days when you doubt yourself, days when you want to give up, and it's better to focus on your feet, take it one step at a time. Forget about point B. You'll get to point B eventually, but you'll only get there one step at a time. So take whatever daily actions you need to do and keep yourself pointing in that direction of B, and you will get there eventually. But be aware that there are probably going to be some lean times and times when nobody's paying you any attention until you get there. So as always, I hope I've helped and maybe inspire you today, or given you a little bit of motivation to keep going and to keep walking through that valley of disappointment. So as always, if you'd like to find more of this content, do a search for WriteCome, WriteCome.com, or if you come over to the WriteCome site right now, again WriteCome, WriteCome.com, you'll find a great free report there which is called Words to Wealth, and in it I'm going to show you 10 different ways you can make money from your writing. So as always, keep going, keep walking in that valley of disappointment, focus on your feet rather than the goal, and it will seem a lot quicker and a lot easier to get there. So as always, have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.